Hey guys, today is December the 7th of 2020, and I wanted to do a video on Cameco, ticker symbol CCJ, one of the biggest uranium producers out there. And I wanted to do a cycle analysis. One of the things that I like to do when I'm investing in something, I just wanted to see where we are in regards to cycles. So without further delay, let's get into it. All right. This is a weekly chart of Cameco, and it's a 150 day cycle. And as you can see, it's in an uptrend. We made a top somewhere around June. The cycle was early. It really topped out somewhere in January, came down, that March 18, 2020 low, lined up perfectly with the cycle, and now it's projecting higher somewhere between maybe July of 2021, June, July, somewhere around there. So the weekly cycles are pointing up. So that is a good thing for the bulls. Next thing, there's another strong cycle. It's 184. So what this is a combination of the 150 and the 84 together. You make a composite cycle. So these are two cycles merged together. And this is what the forecast is. This may pan out, may not, but I just wanted to show you the strong points that I'm seeing in regards to the weekly cycle on Cameco. So we topped out somewhere around here. Right before June, it bottoms out, and then it goes up into 2022. This may pan out, like I said, it may not, but it's just something to have just in case we have a pullback, because there's a lot of resistance up here, and we may probably go sideways and maybe dip lower and maybe make another new high, higher low, and then push higher. So I wanted to show you that also. This one is the same cycle. 150 is the strongest. Now with the 36 cycle, and it's a composite, same thing. So these two are merged together, and this is what you get. So this one looks pretty much more cleaner, looks more like what price action is doing right now in this stock. And as you can see, it's topping out. I don't know exactly because I don't have it open really wide, but it could probably be March. A lot of stuff is indicating for March for a possible top or a swing top. And then it pulls back and then makes a low somewhere around June, and then it pushes higher. I don't know where that may be September, but I wanted to show you that also. Now this is a daily, and the daily cycle. So maybe maybe the last couple of charts were weekly cycles. These are daily cycles. Probably should correct that, but I wanted to let you know now. So we have a 188 daily cycle that is very dominant, strong. The ones I showed you from the weekly, those are the dominant ones, but the 150 on the weekly chart is the very dominant one. And what you want to see is that the cycle is pointing up on the weekly and on the daily. So this is 188, and you can see that we made a low here, came early, the low is here, and now we're pushing higher into March of 2021. So that's where the cycle tops. So in my opinion, any pullbacks, I think would be a good idea to get in, and do risk management. But that's my opinion. Next thing is 188 with 52 composite. As you can see, price action. And this chart, as like the weekly, are daily closes. This is not the actual, the swing points up and down. These are actual closes of the market. So that's why you see it like that. And you can see that right here is topping out where we got this nice spike, and it's pushing low into December, and then it pops Could be May. I'm not sure. Pulls back and then tops out in March. So March is like the end game. Even though we pulled back, it could be a great opportunity if it pulls back into December, and then we could buy it, go long in December and ride this up. And that's if all these cycles pan out. So I wanted to show you the 188 and the 52. Next strong cycle is the 36. And this is a price action. So the price action here is showing that we bottomed out a little more after March and it's going up, and that we have a possible turning point, minor fractal, pulls back into December, and then it pops all the way up and it tops out in March. So March is the hot zone to keep an eye on in regards to all the cycles. This is Cameco. I had to look up Cameco on the Canadian side and do some because we have the CCJ here in the US, but I wanted to see if the cycles, there was any variation between the Cameco one and the CCJ. And I really didn't pick up anything, any differences. They're kind of moving in the same, waveform and impulses. So, but I wanted to make sure. So when I stick to the Cameco one in the US, I could be, I could feel confident that there wasn't no, different, fluctuations in regards to the cycles between the Canadian one and the US. So as you can see here, we're topped out. I'm only using 3. I'm not going to go over which ones are, but they're just the major dominant ones that I could see. And they all topped out here. One bottomed here, which is the green one. As you can see, this low. It's going to go and it's going to top out in March. Like I told you, March is a hot zone. So you want to keep an eye on that. If this thing continues going higher, put a sticky note on your laptop or your computer. Cameco March hot zone. So I'm just warning you. And then it pulls back while the red and the blue are still pointing higher. So there is an inversion here. And these are the dates I have. And it's, average roughly. It's not going to exactly top out here, but you just want to look at these dates. The ones in black are with the composite. So same thing, like I showed you in the other videos. The blue, red, and green makes a combination of the black one. So it shows that the black one goes up, tops out in March, pulls back to June, the 3rd, keep an eye on that, and it pops all the way to October of 2021 up here. That's the composite. That's the combination of all 3 here. And then the red one and the green one are, this is the bottom, which is June. This is the top of this red one, which is in July. And this is the top of this shorter wave cycle, which is in February. This right here is a harmonic. As you can see, it almost lined up with this low here. And they almost picked this top here, kind of did an impulse, exhaustion move here. And then it just shot down here. So from looking at this, it just looks like maybe we're going to go back and forth, but the end game is going to be to come all the way up here, which kind of lines up here, September, October, and just kind of either top out, but that's the target. Price-wise, I can't tell you, but in regards to cycle time, this is what I have. Okay, in this chart right here, these are W. Gann's time cycles that I wanted to see how Cameco, performed throughout the year. So if you guys seen my past videos, you've seen how the cycles pan out and they work out, and which ones are the ones that Gann recommended to use. So I wanted to show you right off the bat, from the beginning of Cameco in 96, March, I think maybe 14, started trading. We have a 20-year cycle that kicked in right here, ended there, and we have this low to here, which roughly was close to the 20-year cycle right here. From the beginning of trading all the way to roughly where we're at now, that's 24 24 years, around there, 24 years. So you can see right here, we have a 7-year cycle from this low to this top, which panned out. And then you see it went down for like a year and change, went up for 2 years and change. I didn't include none of these little waves. I just wanted to see the bigger moves, just like the big swing points. And then it came down for like 7 months. When this is kind of like a sideways action that Cameco did for like 2.5 years. But it ended up making, even though it was going back and forth, consolidating, it made in an angle, the high point here, a double top. And then it flushed down, for 2.5 and change years. And then did the same thing going sideways here. Let's get a little closer. You can see that from here, it went just kind of back and forth, just a lot of chop. 2 years and change up, and then it flushed back down for like a whole year. And now we're here. We're here, 17 weeks going up, 107 days going down. And from this top, using Gann's cycle, there's a 5-year cycle. Oh, there's a 3-year cycle. And I just want to show you so you can see how sometimes things work. And there's a 3-year cycle, so it didn't really pick up the low, but it was close. Went up, and then the next cycle is a 5-year. It's kind of in the middle of this chop back and forth, so nothing really exciting there. The 7-year cycle was close, very close in this, picking this top here, but the 7-year cycle was somewhere around here. So you probably missed the top, but if you would have seen it take out some of these lows, you probably would have gone in and gone short. Then the next cycle is the 10-year cycle from this top. So it's somewhere around here. So not really much, excitement. Maybe could have picked this low here, but it would have been nice if it would have gone this one. But the 10-year cycle is here. And then the next cycle is the 15-year cycle, which is, is coming up in somewhere around 2022. Somewhere around 22. Like maybe August, around there. So that's something we want to, that's way off, but just so you guys know, that's the next cycle that's coming up. I haven't done any from this low. I just wanted to take the big top one and then the low one, which is a 20-year cycle. Next from there will be a 30-year cycle, which is very important. But so far, these are the ones I've come across. The next thing I want to show you is this right here. Let's hide all this stuff. Let's hide all this stuff. And this one is reflecting price action that we are seeing now. So this red line here is a trend line from the highest point to this cut here. And this is going to be a crucial point for us, or for Cameco and for the bulls to break through. From the all-time low, connecting here into this recent, March 18th low, this is a support, and you can see that Cameco has been holding that well. This flush here was a great buying opportunity. I missed this, and maybe some other folks got in there. So kudos to you if you got in there in this price action. That was the best entry ever to get in. And you can see right now that we just wanted to show you the picture of what the trend lines look. So when I zoom in, you know what we're dealing with. From this high here to this high here, we already broke through 12 something over there. But this green box that I drew is very important. This is the battle zone, which I call right now, because this battle zone is from this low here all the way to like this high around here. If we break through there and get out on top and close into next year and get above this trend line, then things are looking really good for Cameco. But the day is young. The battle is not over. The good thing is that price action is moving up. higher highs and higher lows is the name of the game for a bull market. The only thing I don't like is when it gets too excited and too crazy, there's always, a point where it needs to, it's not going to go up forever. We all know that. It's going to pull back. But within those pullback, those are good opportunities for those that haven't gone in, haven't, gone in position, still on the sideline watching and seeing what, what's the outcome, where's it heading, if it's going to break key support or resistance, then to finally get in and decide. So this is the early stages right now. This is where we at. This is the battle zone. Good thing is that we broke above this trend line. It could pull back and find support there or find support at the 1180 or at this trend line. So this is going to be your channel. And like I said, this red line is the battle zone. Now, putting cycles here in this chart, as you can see, let's do it's the same thing as the CCO, the Canadian one. There's a top here. So you guys know all the dates. So I just wanted to show you that. And the same thing with the market harmonic one. It picked a low here, and there's one coming up in September of 2021. So that's all the same thing. Nothing's really changed there. And then lastly, I want to show you the Gann grid I have. This is going to be another key level right here, which is 1531. Once we break through that trend line, 1531 is going to be a key level to watch when we get up there. But right now, it's very far away. So let's get into the price action in real time. As you can see, we broke right through here. Resistance here, resistance there. And you guys seen the chart I showed you. Let's look at URA real quick. I don't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to show you the cycles, and the cycles are looking very good and very promising. URA ETF, we're about to hit that channel. I don't, in my opinion, I don't recommend you buying anywhere around there unless, it's a parabolic move and it retests this and it's still pushing up. I don't like chasing markets, but I could see maybe a pullback coming in back here or back to test this channel or even test this level here to see if the bulls, are really, are for real and want to go higher. So that's one thing, you want to keep an eye on. But the good thing is that we came out of this level and that's good. So this is going to be now support. 1250 or 57, great entry point. And these are key levels. We're going to be almost kissing the 61.8, 1460, 1668, and 1603, 1933. Key levels to be watching in regards to the uranium URA ETF. Now, lastly, let's look at the uranium futures and see what's going on there. As you can see, let's fix this. You can either use Heikin-Ashi or you could use Renko. But, for now, let's use Heikin-Ashi. And you can see we're 2960. Really, nothing's really happened on the current contract. But if we go to the one coming up, it's broken out and it's still at the same price. But it's broken out of that trend line and holding this trend line. So things are looking good. And lastly, let's look at our Cameco chart. So I got a level here of 1256. The top is 1304. The market's about to close. So it's pulling back now. And these are the things that I'm a little concerned. On the 4 hour, we're very overextended within the channel, 1265. On the weekly, we already overextended on the linear regression channel. So not a great place, to get in yet. Maybe a pullback would be nice and get in. And on the daily, this is the weekly. Let's look at the daily real quick. If it shows up. Oh, there goes the market. Yeah, look at that. Look at the volume. And look at that bull kicker, I call it. Look at the linear regression channel. It's somewhere around 11 something, and it's already at 1265. So very, very overextended. Look at that. Broke through MR2. It's in the heavens right now. And on the weekly and on the monthly. So you can imagine the daily just flew right by. So this is a level you want to watch, the top 1304, and if it continues pushing higher, 1429 and 1554. That's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you guys like this video. The important takeaway of this video is the cycles are positive. The cycles are pointing up. So if you want to deal with probabilities, the probability is that if you're going to ride this wave, chances are the wave is going higher. I'm going to sign out, subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on Cameco using Gann price and time technical analysis.